Hey guys, HuXn and welcome to the sixth part of this project. So in this one, we are going to be taking care of the orders and payments. So I'm going to go ahead and start from the backend first of all. So let's get into the model, and first of all, let's just create the structure or the model of our order. Okay, so I'm going to just give a name of like order model.js right here. The first thing which I would do is that I'm going to grab my mongoose from mongoose, and now let's just create our schema. So order schema, and it will be now equals to the mongoose.schema. And here we just have to specify first of all the user, like who is making this order. So the user will be, the type will be just mongoose, come on, not this one, but mongoose dot schema, and let's just provide a types and object ID right here. The next thing which you have to do is that it is required to, so we are going to be setting that to true, and let's just finally reference that to the user model user. There we go. Now the next thing which I want to do is that I want to provide the order items. So the order items will be arrays of orders. So I'm gonna just provide like the order name, I mean like that, what do we call it, the item name, and here we just have to specify like a type of string, and it will be also required. I'm gonna duplicate that a few times like so. The second one will be for the quantity, so I'm gonna just provide the quantity of number, and this one will be for image, so image would be fine, and also for the price, so we are going to be just providing the number right here for the price. And let's just create one for the product itself. So I'm going to just provide the type of you know what, let's just remove that, and I'm going to provide the type of mongoose and schema, and also types object ID right here. Underneath that, we're going to be providing a required and set that to true, and also reference to our product model right here. Let me just save this file, and now we are slowly getting there. Underneath this array, what do you want to do? We just want to provide one for the shipping address. So we have to first of all provide the address, so the address will be type of string, and also required require, come on, required and true. Now let me provide my comma, and here we would also need a city, so I'm going to provide a city type of string, and required set to true. We don't need that comma here. Next will be the postal code, and the postal code in this case we are going to be specifying a type of string, and it will be required true. Okay, and also let's just create one for the country. It will be once again string. Sorry, I can't even speak today because I have a very cold I have a cold allergy, or whatever you want to call that. Excuse me. Required, and now let's just set that to true. Now let me just save that, and underneath this shipping, what do you want to do? We also want to provide the payment method. So which kind of payment method we can provide, and the type will be string, and also required true because the user have to pay, and also one for the payment result. So what will be the result of their payment? So we're going to be setting that to like ID first of all, and we're going to be providing the type of string, and also the status will be, in this case we are going to be just working with one status, so string, and also update or update time, and it will be the type string as well. And for the email address, which will be coming from the PayPal, so let's just provide the type of string. There we go. So now let me just provide my comma, and now let's provide our item price. For the item price, or items price, plural not singular, and it will be a type of number, and also required, come on, required will be set to true, and the default value I'm going to provide like default value will be 0.0. There we go. Underneath these items, okay, price, there we go. I'm going to also provide a tax price, not text but tax price. Tax price will be type number, and required true, and the default will be also 0.0. What about the shipping price? We are going to be also providing the shipping price. So shipping price will be type of number, and I'm going to also provide required and set that to true, and also for the default we are going to be providing 0.0. Let's just make a total, so I'm going to write total price, and for the total price we are going to be also providing the number, and required required if I can spell it, and it will be what do we call it, it will be a number, and okay, it should not be a number, it should be true. And also for the default value we are going to be just specifying 0.0. Underneath that, we are going to be also taking care of the is paid, and here we are going to be also providing a type of boolean, and it will be required true. Let me just copy that. Yep, that was correct. In the default value, I'm going to specify false to it. Okay, underneath this is paid. What do you want to do? We just want to provide paid at, like when that was happened. So type of date. Okay, so type of date underneath this is paid. We're gonna have to provide a is delivered. Is delivered type will be boolean, and required default value will be set to false. Let's just also keep track of the delivered at. So delivered, when it was delivered, so delivered at, delivered at will be type of that, which exact time it was delivered. So let's just also specify the timestamps right here. So timestamps, and it will be set to true. So now let me just save that, and this is how our model looks like right now. Okay, so first of all, we are taking care of the user, then the order items, then the shipping address, then the payment method, the payment result, the item's price, the tax price, shipping price, the total price, is paid, paid at, and is delivered, and finally the delivered at. Finally, let's just create the model for that. Okay, so I'm gonna write const order, and it will be now equals to mongoose.model, name will be order, and order schema. Underneath there, let's just export the export default or order right here. So now let me just save that, and there we go. So this is how we are going to be creating our order. Now let's just make setup for our routes right here. So I'm going to just create one file right here, give a name of like order routes.js. I'm going to first of all import my express from Express, and also const router will be now equals to express.router, and underneath there we are going to be just exporting default or router right here. There we go. So now let me just create a lot of routes, but before I do that, I'm going to also need that stuff from the middleware. First of all, let's just go ahead and go to the middleware, and then auth middleware.js right here. Authenticate and also authorize as an admin, so we just need that. And I guess that should do it. The next thing which you have to do is that we also have to create one route like router.route, and we just have to use, I don't know, maybe in this case I'm going to just provide the post method. I'm going to say like the user should be authenticated, and create the order. Now let me just save this file. It will obviously give us an error, so I'm going to go ahead and go to the controllers and create our controller like order controller.js. And now what I want to do is that I'm going to go ahead and first of all create that folder. So I'm going to just first of all import the order, and not this one, so but order. And now let's get into the models, and now let me get my order model right here .js. I'm going to also grab the product, so product from model and product model.js. Underneath that, we are going to be creating our create order, and it will be now equals to the async. Let's just write our request and response right here, and inside there we are going to be just using our try and catch blocks. For the catch block, we are going to be just using like res.status of 500 would be fine, .json, and provide our error or error.message right here, MESSAGE. There we go. For the try block, I'm going to just specify like res.send of hello from order controller or something like that. And now let me just export that, create order, and I'm going to go ahead and save this file. And now let me import that right here, .js. I have to specify this .js right here at the end. And now let me just save that, and I'm gonna go ahead and just run my backend, not the front end, but just npm run backend. And while it's running, I'm gonna go ahead and also open my Postman. Let me just make that bigger, and it is now successfully connected. Everything is working a-okay. Let's just close that, and let me go ahead inside this HuXn store. I'm gonna create a new file, like new folder right here. I'm gonna give a name of like orders, like so, and inside these orders we are going to have to specify the add request. Let's just close that, and it will say like create order or something like that. And we are providing the route of let's just remove that and provide API orders in this case, and I guess that would be it. And now let me just write post and click on the send button, and it should give us Why are we getting this error? We are providing the route. Oh, we are not registering that. That's because let me just go ahead and register that right here. Let me just go ahead and import that. First of all, I'm going to use import and then order routes from. Let's just go ahead and import it from routes and also the order routes.js. Let me just copy that, and I'm going to just duplicate this one and change that to the order, not order, but API and orders right here. And I'm going to just paste my order routes right here, my bad. And now let me just click on that, and not authorize token failed, because we are requiring here that the user should be authenticated. So that's why we didn't specify any token to it. So now let me just go ahead and go to the user and go to the login, and I wanted to log in as, I don't know, I'm going to log in as an admin, because when we want to create a product, so I mean like order, yeah, we don't have to be an admin. You can log in as anyone you want, because we are just creating an order right now. So this one will be for the auth. I want to just log in as HuXn. I'm gonna just click on send, and we just log in successfully, and now it should work. So I'm gonna just click on the send, and hello from the order controller right here. Everything is working totally correctly. And I guess that would be it for the setup. Alright, so now let's get started with creating the order. So I'm going to just remove this message from here. And the first thing which we would need is the order items, and also the shipping address, and also the payment method from where, from the request.body right here. And let's just see, I'm going to save them. The next thing which you have to do is that we have to check for the order item. If we have the order items, to be precise, if we have the order items and the order items dot length is equal to 0, so what do you want to do in that case? So we just want to throw a special error. We'll just say like 400, and also throw new error, no order items, items. There we go. So underneath that, what do you want to do? We just wanted to check for a specific order, so I'm going to use like items from database, item from our database. I'm gonna just write like await product. Let's just go ahead and check the order, I mean like check our products, and let's just use our find method, and inside there we are going to be just checking for the ID, and here we are going to be using the mongoose in method. Is this order inside this order items? And here we just have to use our map method to iterate over through all of the orders, and we just want to provide that specific order ID right here, so it will give us that specific item from our database. The next thing which you want to do is that we also want to check for the database order items, and it will be now equals to the order items dot map, and here we just want to iterate over through all of the orders, and we want to get like item from client. Okay, and here we just have to use or curly braces. Now let me just match the items from the database. So I'm going to use like matching matching item from db from the database, and here we are going to be just using like items from db.find, and we are going to be just finding that specific item. So I'm going to just specify first of all the item from db, or yeah, item singular would be fine, not items. And now let me just provide the item from db right here, not client but item from db dot specific id right here, and also we have to change that to string as well. Okay, so if that's equal to item from the client dot specific id, so then just gives us only that item. So now I'm going to go back. Now let me provide my validation right here. If you didn't get the matching item from our database, so what do you want to do? We just want to provide like res.status of 404 not found, and throw new error, and we want to say like product not found, and here we just have to render that specific product right here, the client one. So item from the client, and we just have to specify that specific id right here. Underneath there, what do you want to do? We just want to return our items, product, and also the price. So I'm going to just return that right here like dot dot dot. Let's just get all of the item from the clients right here, and also the product. Okay, so item from the client, and get that specific item, and also the price will be a matching item database, and we want to get the price. And the next thing which you want to do is that we also wanted to get the id, and we want to set that to undefined. Okay, underneath this curly braces, what I want to do is that I'm going to just specify a few things. First of all, I'm going to have to create a utility function for that, and then we are going to be specifying our item price, tax price, and everything from there. So before we go any further, first of all, I'm going to have to create a utility function for myself. Okay, so I'm going to just give a name of like utility function or something like that. You can even create that in a separate file, but in my case I don't have a lot of time. So I'm going to just write calc and prices, and here we just have to specify the order items right here. And now inside there we are going to be getting the items price, and it will be now equals to the order items, and here we just have to reduce that. Okay, so reduce, and we have to specify our accumulator and also the item itself. And here we just have to use the accumulator plus the item dot price times item quantity. So I'm going to use times item, not this one, item, not qty for the quantity. And finally we just have to specify 0 right here. Underneath there, what do you want to do? We just want to get a shipping price, so I'm going to write like shipping price, and shipping price will be equals to the items price. And if that's greater than 100, so what do you want to do? We just want to set that to 0, and if that's not greater than 100, so we just want to set that to 10. Underneath that, we're going to be also getting the tax rate, and it will be now equals to $0.15, and also the tax price itself will be now equals to the items price time the tax rate. Okay, and let's just write a 2 fix so that we don't get like all of their zeros and stuff like that. Now underneath there we are going to be also creating our total price. So now let me just write total price, and it will be now equals to what do we call it, items price plus shipping price, and also I'm going to write the tax price as well. And let's just convert that to what do we call it, the parse float, because it will give us that what do we call it, that decimal point. So that's why we have to convert that to parse float, and we just have to write it, the 2 fixed right here. And now let's just set that to 2. Underneath that, what do you want to do? We just want to return every single thing which we did right here. Okay, so I'm going to write like items price, and it will be now set to like items price dot 2 fixed, and let's just convert that to 2, and I'm going to provide a comma right here, and also the shipping price will be equals to the shipping price dot 2 fixed, and provide our 2 right here. And also the tax price will be now equals to just a tax price, and total price will be total price. So this was just a utility function which we are going to be using right here. So now I'm going to copy that, and underneath this validation, what do you want to do? We just want to grab a few things from this calculate prices. So we just have to specify our db order items right here, and we want to destructure a few things. So I'm going to destructure the items price, I'm going to also destructure the tax price, and also the shipping price and the total price as well. Okay, from this calculate prices, and we are getting that from this specific db order items right here. So now let me just create finally the new order. So I'm going to write order new order, and here we just have to specify the order items itself. So it will be now equals to the db order items, and also we have to specify the user, like who is making this order. So I'm going to write like request dot user.id, and underneath there we are going to be also providing the shipping address which we already declared up above, the payment method, and also the item price or items price, the tax price, and finally the shipping price, and the total price itself. Okay, so now finally let's just save this data to our database. So I'm going to write like const created order, and it will be now equals to await and then order dot save. So let's just save that to our database, and finally let's just provide that result right here. So I'm going to write like res dot status 201 order created, and let's just use our JSON, and here we just have to specify created order right here. So I'm going to just save that, and now let's just test it right here, created order right here. And I guess we didn't mess up something, so now let me just go ahead and use that. So what I want to do is that first of all we are going to have to provide a lot of data right here. So I'm going to go to the body, then I'm going to click on the raw, and here we just have to select the JSON right here. So what it's requiring is a lot of data right here. So I already collected that. I don't want to waste your time and also mine, so I'm going to just place it right here. So now let me just tell you which kind of data are we providing to this order right here. Let me just go back. The first thing which we are doing is that we are providing the order items. So in this case, I just want to provide a specific ID. I just go ahead and went to my MongoDB right here. not to the admin but the HuXn store, and we already make this. I'm gonna drop that right here. So what was the orders? Let's just drop that. You won't have them, but for me, I already test out every single thing before making this video, so that's why I have that. Let me just refresh, and now let me just go to the products, then go to the documents, and here you can see I have these specific orders right here. I mean, like, their specific products, so I just copy their link and place it right here. And for the quantity, we are just providing, like, you can provide whichever kind of quantity you like, but for me, I just provide like 2. The image, just arbitrary image like product image.url. It's not going to give us any image or anything like that, but this is just an arbitrary image right here. Also for the quantity, oh, I'm using quantity one more time. Why am I doing that? Let's just remove that. Maybe there would be some reason because of that, or you know what, instead of that quantity, I'm going to remove this quantity right here. Let's just remove that. We have the image. Once again, we have yet another product. We have the product name right here, and also the product name right here. For the shipping address, we are providing like 123 Main Street and sample city, and postal code will be 12345. And also for the country, sample country, and payment method, we just change that to PayPal. And for the item price, we just specify $120. Okay, so now I'm gonna just go ahead and click on the send button, and here you can see we are getting this product right here. So now if you go to our database right here, and now let's just check it out. So here you can see we don't have any orders right here. Let me just highlight that. We don't have any orders right here in this category, but if I just refresh my entire database, and so now here you can see we are getting these orders right here. If I click on that, we will just only get this simple order right here. So we are making this order. We have the order ID, we have the user who did that order, we have the order name, the quantity, the image of that order, and also the price and the product itself, the ID of that price, I mean like that product. And we have yet another product right here. And for the shipping, we are using this information. And here we have the payment method of PayPal. The item price will be 1065. The tax price it has is that 100 almost 60. And also the shipping price will be 0. The total price will be this entire process. And I guess I messed it up something. Let me just pull up my calculator. If the item price is 165, let me just add this amount right here. Let me just copy that and place that right here. So what the hell is that? We have 165 and we are concatenating that. That's not the total price we have to pay or the user should pay. That's a bug. And is paid is set to false because we didn't pay that, and is delivered is also set to false. So now let me just take care of this price. That's a lot. That's totally a lot. I don't know where the hell did I do something wrong. And you want to know where the error was? We forgot to include these parentheses right here. So now let me just add this parentheses right here, and let's just close that here. So now I'm gonna just save this file and delete this order right here. So now let me just remove this order from here. We have 0 orders, and now let me just create one more order. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on the send button, and now let me just check it out. Refresh that. We have the quantity of 2. So here you can see, if you now check out the total price, and the total price is now totally correct right here. So that was just a small bug which took a lot of my time. You can relate because I will cut out that part, but I have to spend hour and hour just to figure out where the bug was. Anyways, so this is how we are going to be creating our order. So now let me get all of the orders as an admin. So I'm gonna just write like get in this case, and the user should be authenticated and also authorized as an admin, and get all orders would be fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy that, and let me just put it right here. Let me just save this file, and now I'm gonna go ahead and register there right here. Okay, so getting all the user, no, not user, but getting all the orders. It will be async keyword request response, and here we just have to use or try and catch blocks. For the catch block, we are going to be just writing like res.status of 500 and send the JSON response to it. So like error of error message. And if that's not the case, for the try block, we are going to be just writing orders, and that's supremely easy. So we just have to use await order dot find every single thing and populate what populate, come on, populate, populate the user and also the ID and the username right here. There we go. And finally, let's just write like res.json orders right here. So I'm going to just save this file, restart my server one more time. So while it's restarting, I'm going to go ahead and check it out. So I'm going to create a new request, and it will be a get request. So I'm going to just say like all orders would be fine. I'm going to copy that and just place it right here, and bang, it will now give us all of the orders which ever created. So here you can see we are now getting all of the orders. So currently we just did one order, so that's why we are getting one order. But let's suppose if I do yet another, like, I don't know, product 12 or 11 or something like that. Okay, and we are going to be using different kind, or I'm not going to use a different kind of data. So I'm going to just click on the send button. So we are now creating one more product. Let me just save that. Click on the send button one more time. So here you can see we are now getting like more data than usual, which means like we are now getting 2 orders right here. Okay, so this is how we are going to be creating all of the what do we call it, all of the orders route. Now let me just go ahead and get a specific user order in this case. So I'm going to just write router.route, and it will go to mine. Okay, and here we just have to use the get method. So the user should be authenticated, not authorized as an admin, but just authenticated, and we are going to be just passing like get user orders right here. So the user ever created order, I'm gonna go ahead and place this right here in the controller. Now let me just save that and register it right here. Now what I want to do is that I'm going to write like const get user orders, and it will be now equals to async request response, and inside there we are going to be using our try and catch block, and here we just have to write res.status of 500 and use a JSON format, and we are going to be specifying the error and error.message right here. For the try block we are going to be using orders, and orders will be equals to await and order.find, and here we just have to specify the specific user, like user will be equals to request.user and the specific user ID right here. Then use res.json and provide our orders to it. Bang. This is how you do it. Okay, so first of all I want to go ahead and create orders, but I'm going to log in as different user. So I'm going to go ahead and log in as, first of all let me log out first of all. Then, oh my god, I guess I have to I already stopped there, or what's going on? Get user order, get, what is going on? Let's just restart our server maybe. Oh, not dev but npm run backend, and there we go. We are now getting router. There we go. Router. Now let me just save that, and here let's just use npm run backend to run our backend. Everything is successfully working. Now let me just log out first of all. Bang, log out. And now I'm gonna log in as another user, like I don't know, maybe how many users we have. I even forgot the name of the users. So let me just go ahead and go to the users, and we have Joe would be fine. So I'm gonna log in as a Joe. So here let's just write Joe, and the Joe password was Joe123, and hit enter. And we successfully log in as a Joe, and he is not an admin. So I'm going to just save this file, and now let me just go ahead and create a new order. So I'm going to just write like, I don't know, Apple Watch or something. This is going to be our product, and I don't know, Amazon keyboard or something like that, doesn't even matter. And sample city, so I'm going to just write like USA city. Not, you know what, sample city would be, everything else is fine. Everything else is fine. I'm gonna just change the country to USA or something like that. Doesn't even matter, but we have to specify something. So I'm gonna just go ahead and click on send, and here you can see we are now making order to an Apple Watch, and our country is USA. So that's that. Now I'm going to go ahead and create a specific user route. So now I'm gonna just create add request specific, come on, specific specific user order or something like that would be fine. Let's just close that, and I'm gonna copy that. Let me just place it right here, but it requires mine right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and write mine. Now I'm gonna just send, and here you can see it will only gives us my order, to be precise. So here you can see we have the USA country, we have the product of Apple Watch, and also the Amazon keyboard right here. So this is how we are going to be getting a specific order for a specific user. That's amazing. Close this one, close this one. But I'm going to go ahead and log out first of all, and then I'm going to log in as HuXn because he is an admin. Let's just write HuXn and HuXn123 and log in. Bang. Now let's just take care of the total user, not a user, but total order count. So I'm going to just create a router.route, and it will be a total orders right here. And it will only gives us just a count right here. So it will be count total TOTL orders. I'm going to just copy that, save this file, and go ahead and provide it right here. Now let me just go to the bottom, not to the top, and register it right here. Let me just write const count total orders and async request response. And here I'm going to use my try and catch blocks. For the catch block, we are going to be using restart status of 500, and let's just send over JSON response of error dot message. And for a try block, what do you want to do? We just want to write total orders, and it will be now equals to await order dot count documents. So it will use us all of that orders right here. And here we just have to write like total orders right here. Save my file, and now let me just go ahead and check that out. Let's just create one more request, add request right here, close this one, copy that, and place it right here. But the endpoint was, I forgot the endpoint. The endpoint was total orders. Let's just copy that and place it right here and click on the send button, and it will now give us the total order of 3. So we just did only 3 orders, so that's why we are getting 3. Let's suppose if we just do, I'm not gonna do that, so order count or total orders count would be fine. Alrighty, so now let's take care of the total sales and also the total sales by date. So router.route, and now let's go ahead and go to the total sales, and here we are going to be using the get. So calculate total sales would be fine. I'm going to copy that, and now let me just put it right here, and I'm going to go ahead and go to the order and put it right here. So const total sales or calculate total sales, it will be equals to the async request response. And here we are going to be using the try and catch blocks. For the catch block, we are going to be just writing restart status of 500 not found JSON, and we just have to specify the error message right here. And for the try block, we are going to be getting our orders, and it will be now equals to await order dot find, and we're not going to be specifying anything to it. So then we have to get like const total sales, and it will be now equals to orders dot reduce, and here we just have to specify the sum and also the order itself. Okay, so now let me just go back, and here we just have to add the sum and order and total price. Okay, and finally we just have to specify the 0, and that's it. But I also want to write the what do we call it, restart JSON, so that we can see something. So let me just write JSON of total sales right here. I'm gonna save this file. Now let me just go ahead and create my request right here. So I'm gonna just create a request. Yep. Let me just put that right here and sales. And we are going to be using this route specifically when we jump into the admin dashboard. Okay, and that's it. And now let's just create one for the what do we call it, total sales by date. So let's just duplicate that. Total sales by date would be fine, and it should be the calculate total sales sales by date, like so. I'm gonna copy that. Now let me just go ahead and put it right here, save this file, and now let me just put it right here too. And also let's just create the const calculate date or calculate total sales by date. It will be equals to the async, and here we have to specify the request response. And inside there we are going to be using the try and catch block. For the catch block, we are going to be just copying this one and pasting it right here. And for the try block, we are going to be using const sales by date, and it will be now equals to await order, and we are going to be using the aggregate method. So aggregate, and here we have to specify the what do we call it, this operator right here, match. So if that matches, here we have to specify is paired and set that to true. And by the way, it should be in the object itself. So now let me just save that, and this is how it looks like. And underneath this one, we're going to be also creating one for what do we call it, group. So I'm gonna write group, and here we have to specify something is not right. It should be outside from this. So now let me just paste it right here. There we go. So for the group, we are going to be first of all using the ID. So I'm going to just write ID, and here we have to use that date to string right here, and the format will look like this. So okay, so that's that, and I'm going to also specify the date of paid at right here. Underneath there, we are going to be also taking care of the total sales, and it will be now equals to the sum operator, and here we have to just use that total, or not just sales but total price would be fine. And finally, let's just show that to the user. So we are going to be just writing like res.json sales by date right here. So now let me just save that, and I'm gonna go ahead and copy this endpoint right here. First of all, let's just make one endpoint. I'm gonna name this one as total sales SALES, and now let me just create one more. So add this one right here, and total sale by ID, and I'm gonna just copy that, paste it right here, and let me just copy this endpoint, remove this one, and paste it right here. Okay, and here you can see unrecognized argument to date to string format, just FORMATE, not E but just format. Now let me just click on this send button one more time, and here you can see we don't have any total sales by date, so that's why we are getting this empty string right here. I mean like empty array right here. Okay, so that's that. Let's also find order by ID. So I'm gonna just create one more router dot router, and here it will take their ID right here and get, but first of all the user should be authenticated, and then they would be able to find the order by ID right here, ID lowercase. Let me just copy that and place it right here, save this file. Let me just go ahead and register that right here. Let me just create that right here, find order by ID async. It will take the request, the response, and inside there we're going to be using our try and catch blocks right here. I'm gonna copy this one, place it right here for the error, and here for the try block, what do you want to do? We just want to get the order. So how we are going to be getting that? We're going to be using aware and order find by ID right here. Let me just get the ID from the param, so I'm going to use their params right here, and then let's just populate that as well. So POPULATE, here we just want to populate the user and also the username and email. Okay, we don't have to specify any commas in there. And let's just check if we have the order. So what do you want to do? We just want to show that order, so I'm going to write like JSON and order. And if that's not the case, so what do you want to do? We just want to write res.status and 404 not found. So throw new error and order not found right here. Okay, so I guess that would do it. So now let me just save that, and now let me just go ahead and check this out. But before I do that, I'm gonna have to go and provide the ID right here. So let me just go to MongoDB. Or first of all, let's just create that what do we call it, this request right here, find by ID, come on, by by ID, order, find order would be fine, find order by ID. Let's just copy that and put it right here and remove this total sales. And I'm gonna go ahead and go to, not the users, but I'm gonna go ahead and go to the orders. We have 3 orders right here. Click on this one, and I wanted to get this one, so I'm gonna just go ahead and copy this ID and place it right here and click on that. And here you can see it will now give us that specific order based on this ID right here. Okay, so that's looking amazing too. Now let me just save that, and that's also done. Now let me just take care of paying the order, but unfortunately we cannot see the result of how to pay that, not right now, because we cannot use a Postman to work with what do we call it, a PayPal and all of that. So I'm going to just create the route right here, and we're going to be using that or testing that a bit later once we jump into the front end. So first of all, let me just write a route, and here it will take the ID and also the pay. Okay, so we have to first of all provide some sort of ID of that specific order. Just like in this one, we already specified this ID right here, so we are going to be also specifying the ID, and finally we are going to be attaching the pay right here at the end. So we're going to do that in the what do we call it, the RTK query, so you don't have to worry about that. So now I'm going to just write a put method, and it will just require the user to be authenticated, and then mark mark order as paid. Okay, so now let me just create that right here. Let me just place it right here, save this file, and put it right here too, and create the const mark order as mark order as paid, yeah, and async request response. And inside there we are going to be using the try and catch block, and here we also have to grab that, put it right here, and for the try block we are going to be getting the order, and it will be aware of order find by ID, and here we have to specify the params. So request.params, and we are going to be getting this ID which we are specifying it right here. Okay, so we are going to be first of all getting the ID, and based on that specific ID we are going to be finding that order. Now let me just check if we have the order, like if we have the genuine order, so we are going to be just writing a order that is paid, and we are going to be setting that to true, and also order paid at will be equals to the date dot now on that specific time, and we are going to be also providing the payment result, and it will be coming from, like, all of the things which I'm about to write right here. It will be coming from the PayPal, which we are going to be integrating in a few seconds. So now let me just get into the request.body.id. so it will first of all take the ID and also the status of that order. So it will take like request.body.status update time will be equals to request.body.update time, and here we have to also specify the email address, and the email address will be coming from the request.body.payer, like who is paying the email address, that specific person who is paying that. So we are going to be getting that email. We are going to be just writing const update order, and we are going to be just updating that specific order, which means like we are going to be saving that. Okay, so we are going to be saving that specific order to our database, and now let's just write status of 200, and for the JSON we are going to be writing update order. There we go. So we are going to be showing something to the user. For the else clause, what do you want to do? We just want to write res.status. Let me provide 404 and order not found or something like that. Raw new error order not found. There we go. So now let me just save them, but unfortunately we cannot see the result of that, but we will very soon. Let's create the final endpoint, which will be mark order as delivered. So I'm going to just write router.route, and it will go to, first of all we have to specify some sort of a ID, and then we have to just write deliver. Okay, so if the user already paid, then we can just write deliver, but the user should be authenticated, but not only authenticated, the user should be an admin. Only admin will be allowed to deliver this product. So I'm going to just write mark order as paid, or not paid, deliver, delivered. There we go. Let me just copy that and put it right here. Let me just save that and put it at the bottom as well, right here. And now let's just create the const mark product as in deliver or as delivered, and request response, and inside there we are going to be using our try and catch blocks. For the catch block, let's just copy and paste that. And for the try block, what do you want to do? We just want to get the order first of all. So we are going to be using aware order dot find by ID, and it will also be coming from the params. Okay, here we are specifying their params right here, that ID inside this params. So we are going to be getting that specific ID, and we are going to be getting that specific item based on that ID. And now let's just check if we have the order. So what do you want to do? We just want to write like order dot is delivered is delivered. I don't want to take chances, so now let me just say it true. Okay, and also the order dot delivered delivered at will be set to date dot now on that specific time. And now let's just update our order or save that to our database. So I'm going to just write updated order, and it will be now equals to await order dot save, and now let's just save that to our database. And now let me just write res.json, and here we have to specify our updated order right here. Close that. And for the else clause, what do you want to do? We just want to write like res.status, and here we have to just specify 404 not found. So throw new error, and here we have to specify order not found. And there we go. And that's it about for the backend of orders. So now let me just at least check this one out. So I'm gonna go ahead and create one request right here, and it should be put because we are updating our order. So now let me just copy that and put it right here, and we have to first of all specify some sort of ID. In this case we already provided that, so then we have to write deliver right here. And now let me just click on that, and successfully delivered. This item is now successfully delivered. Anyway, so now I'm gonna save this file and change that to deliver order. There we go. And that's it for the backend. And now let's get into the front end and take care of all of the orders and also the payments as well. So we are going to be using a PayPal for that. So now let's get into the front end part of this video. So before we getting into the front end part, First of all, I would like to make a setup for my PayPal account. Kind of a mouthful, PayPal account. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna make a setup, but this one will be a bit of a red zone for my channel because YouTube doesn't allow the creator to show how to make a PayPal account, and specifically for the developer's PayPal account. So if the YouTube doesn't like this section, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and remove this video and re-record it from scratch. So now let's get into it. The first thing which I want you to do is that I want you to go ahead and go to the developers.paypal.com and just log in. Just provide your Gmail account and credentials, and there we go, you are now successfully logged in. The second thing which I want you to do is that I want you to just click on this app and credentials right here, and your UI will not look the same like mine because I've changed a lot of things. What do we call it, the credential specific parts of that video, so I just hide there. Then what I want you to do is that inside this API and credential, I want you to just click on this create app right here. So once you click on that and just click on that build app or something like that, and also provide your name. In my case, I provide the name of store right here, and here is my client ID, and here is my secret. So once you create your app, then you have to click on that specific app right here, and it will bring you to this page right here. So here you can see this is the client ID of that specific store which I created right here, and this is a secret key right here. I'm not going to show you this one because I already tell you that. So here you can see this is my client ID, but do not use mine because I'm going to drop this database right here, and I'm going to just recreate new one, or maybe I'm not going to create any one. Okay, but just for this specific video, I want you to just go ahead. I'm going to just copy that. Then I'm going to go into my .env file, and here what I want you to do is that I'm going to just write PayPal and client ID. There we go. And it will be now equal to this ID which I'm providing right here. You just have to provide that, save your file, and that's it. And I'm about to close all of these tabs, but I also want to show you something else. Then what you have to do is that just click on this testing tools right here and click on this sandbox account right here. It will now bring you to this page. And if you are not already seeing the business and personal, so just create an account right here. And if you are seeing that, so you can use this business account as an admin, and you can use this personal as somebody who wants to pay. Okay, so we are going to be also using that. So if you click on this personal right here, in my case I just click on this personal, so it will now bring us to this dashboard right here. And here you can see this is my sandbox URL, and this is my email right here. You just have to copy that, and later we are going to be using this email to buy our own stuff from our own shop which we are building right now. Okay, so this is going to be the email, and this is going to be the password right here. Phew. That was a lot of sensitive talking, so I'm gonna just close all of that other tabs. But if the YouTube doesn't like that, I'm gonna have to drop this video from scratch and record that from scratch. Anyways, so that was just what do we call it, the API setup which I want you to know. The next thing which I want to do is that I'm gonna go ahead and go to the backend one more time. Go to the index right here. Underneath this app.use, we are going to be creating one more, which will be app.get in this case, and we are going to be creating this endpoint like API config and then PayPal right here. And then we have to specify the request and response as our controller. And for a controller, we are going to be just writing like res.send of what we are going to be writing our client ID in this case in lowercase d, and here we just have to use process.env and then our PayPal client ID right here. There we go. So you just have to do that. So next we are going to be jumping into the Redux side. So this is what I want you to do for now. Alright, so I'm going to just close that, and now let me just go ahead and go to the front end side. Inside this front end, we are going to be going into the Redux, and inside the Redux we are going to be going into the API. And here let's just create a file, give a name of like order API slice.js right here. And the first thing which we are going to be doing is that we are going to be going into the constants, and here we just have to provide our endpoint right here. So I'm going to just write export and then orders URL, and it will be now equals to API and orders. The next one will be for our PayPal PayPal URL, and it will be now equals to the API first of all, and also config and PayPal which we just created right now. I'm going to go ahead and grab my API slice right here from the API. Let's just grab that from the API slice, and we would also need to get our order URL and also the PayPal URL right here. Underneath that, we are going to be exporting and then we are going to be creating our order API slice, and it will be now equals to the API slice dot conf, not a config, but let's just inject our endpoints right here. And for the endpoints, we are going to be specifying a lot of endpoints right here. So it will take a builder, and inside this builder we are going to be defining all of our endpoints right here. So let's just write create order, and create order will be set to builder.mutation, because in this case we are mutating the state, we are creating the order. So now let's just provide a query, and for the query we are going to be providing the order, and it will be now equals to this method or function. I'm going to provide my URL first of all, and the URL will be just a order URL. There we go. And I'm going to also provide my method, and for the method we are going to be providing the post, okay, because we are going to be sending some sort of a data, and then we have to specify the order right here. Bang, this is going to be for the first one. Now let me just create one more. Okay, so we are going to be creating a lot of them for all of these routes right here, like order routes right here. So we are going to be creating for almost all of these routes, endpoints to be precise. And now let me just write get order details. Okay, so it will just allows us to get the order details builder query, and inside there we are going to be specifying the query ID right here, and here we just have to specify the URL, and the URL will be just our order URL, and it will go to specifically this ID right here, which we are specifying right here inside a query. So underneath that, what do you want to do? Let's just create one more. I'm going to write a pay order, and for the pay order we are going to be providing the mutation in this case, and mutation inside there we are going to be specifying the query, and for the query we are going to be destructuring the order ID and also the details. Okay, so now let's just go ahead and write our URL right here, and for the URL we are going to be just writing the order URL. Come on, the order URL, it will specifically go to the order ID and also to the pay. Okay, so now underneath there we are going to be specifying our method, which will be put, and also for the body we are going to be writing our details. There we go. So now let me just save that. So now let's just get our PayPal or PayPal, whatever you want to call that ID. So let's just write get PayPal client ID, and provide our builder.query, and inside there we're going to be just specifying our query right here, and the URL will be just PayPal. Come on, PayPal URL. There we go. Now underneath them, what do you want to do? Get my orders. Come on, get my orders. There we go, and it will be now equals to builder.query, not mutation, and inside there we're going to be specifying the query like so, and also for the URL we are going to be writing like the order URL, and let's just go and write mine right here, and that should do it. But also we have to write a keep unused data 4. We just have to specify 5 right here. And now underneath that, let's just create one more. Let's just create one more for the deliver order builder.mutation, and inside there we're going to be providing our query and the order ID. Okay, so let's just write our order ID right here and specify our URL first of all. For the URL we are going to be just writing our order URL, and it will specifically go to the order ID which we are specifying right there, and also delivered. There we go. I'm going to also specify the method of put, because we are going to be changing that, so that's why we are going to be writing this put method right here. Let's just grab the total orders. So I'm going to write get total orders, or yeah, orders builder.query. For this builder query we are going to be specifying this query right here. We are going to be first of all writing the order URL, and it will specifically go to the total orders. There we go. Underneath that we are going to be writing the get total sales, and it will be now equals to the builder.query once again, and here we just have to specify our query right here. It's kind of a simple thing to do. So let's just provide our order URL, and it will specifically go to the total sales. There we go. Underneath there, what do you want to do? We just also want to provide one for the total or get total sales by date. So get total sales by date. There we go. And here we just have to specify the builder query. Inside there, let's just provide our query right here. So query once again, and here we just have to write our order URL, and it will specifically go to the total sales right here. Is total sales by date. And there we go. Now let's just create a hooks for all of them right here. let me just give you a quick preview of all of that. First of all, we create one for the create order, the get order detail, and pay order, get PayPal client ID, get my order, deliver order, get total order, and also get total sales by date right here. Now let me just go ahead and provide a hooks for all of them. So I'm going to use like export const, and for that we are going to be providing a hooks, but it will be now equals to the order API slice right here. First of all, let's just provide one for the use get total orders query like so, and also the use get total sales by, yeah, total sales by date would be also fine, but it should go here. Let me just use get total sales query. There we go. Let me provide my comma in there and also here as well, and these will be for the dashboard, which we are going to be using a bit later. So I'm going to just provide this separate right here. Next, let me just create an order. So I'm going to write like use create order mutation, use get order, come on, get order details query would be fine, and also use PayPal order mutation as well, and then use no, it should not be, yeah, it should be a use PayPal order mutation, but then we have a use get PayPal client ID. It will be a query, and then use a use get orders query right here, not this one, orders query. If you can get a use get order or my order query would be fine, yeah. And the next one will be for the use get orders query if you have that. Let's create one for the delivery. So I'm gonna write like use deliver order mutation right here. And we forgot one which will be for get my order, but we forgot one for getting a specific order. So underneath this get my orders, I'm going to create that right here, so which will be get orders, and here we just have to specify the builder query once again. And for this builder query, we are going to be also specifying this query right here, and it will go ahead and provide the URL right here. For the URL, we are going to be using the order URL. Come on, the order URL, this one right here. Now let me just provide the final comma there, save our file, and now let's just create one hook for this one as well. So I'm going to use like use get orders query. There we go. So now let me just save that, and there we go. That was it about for all of these endpoints right here. So now let me just go ahead and start from this shipping. So I'm going to just click on this card, and now if I click on this proceed to checkout, so it will now brings us to this shipping right here. So now let's just take care of that. So I'm going to go ahead and create that file right here. You know, first of all, I'm going to go ahead and create a folder even. I'm going to name him like order, or orders plural would be fine. And the first one will be for shipping.jsx. We are going to be creating a lot more, but this is going to be for the first one. So I'm going to use the RAFCE, save my file, and now let me just go ahead and go to the main and register there right here. Underneath this profile, I'm going to duplicate that and change that to shipping like so, and also change this one to shipping as well. And now let me just auto complete that, save my file, and check it out. And here you can see everything is looking smoothly. Okay, so that was just the initial setup for the RTK query, and now let's get into the shipping screen. Alright, so the first thing which we need to do is that we gotta grab a lot of things. So I'm gonna grab my use effect first of all, also the use stat as well. Now let me just grab my use dispatch, dispatch, and use selector from where? From my React Redux right here. Underneath there, we are going to be also getting the use navigate, navigate. Today it is not giving me any autocomplete whatsoever, so we're going to be getting that from the React router DOM. And also we are going to be getting something from the Redux. So let's just go ahead and go to the Redux folder, then the features, then the cart, and also the cart slice right here. So now let me just grab my save shipping address and also the save payment method, which we did create it, but I told you like we're not going to be using it not right now, but we will later. So now it's time to use it right here, which we have right here. Let me just show you that we have this save shipping address, and we have this save payment address, I mean like save payment method. There we go. Okay, so now let me just use that. The first thing which you want to do is that we want to get or PayPal method, and also the set PayPal method right here, and it will be now equals to the use stat and in this case we just have to specify the PayPal. There we go. Underneath there we're going to be also getting our card, and it will be now coming from the use selector, and here we have to specify the state, and let's just go ahead and grab the state from the card, right? I mean like that card from the state. There we go. And also let's just get our shipping, and shipping AWDRESS from where? From, what the hell did I do? From my card right here. There we go. Now let me just declare a few more things. So I'm gonna just write first of all the address, and then the set AWDRESS. There we go, and it will be now equals to the use state, and here we just have to specify the shipping address dot address, or we have to specify an empty string. Okay, if that's the case, and also for the city we have to just write set city. It will be now equals to the use state, and for this use state we are going to be just writing the shipping address and city, specifically a city, or if that's not the case we just want to set that to empty string. And now let me just write one more for the postal code. So postal code, and also set postal code right here, and it will be now equal to the use state, not selected, use state, this one right here. Okay, here we just have to specify the shipping address, and we just want to get a postal code from there. If that's not the case we just want to set that to empty string. And let's just create one for the country. So I'm going to write const, and it will be now equals to country, and set country, and it will be now equals to the use state, and here we just have to specify the shipping address and then the country if we have one. If not, then we have to just set that to empty string. And now underneath all of that we just have to use our dispatch and navigate right here. So now let's just execute that dispatch, and it will be now coming from the use dispatch, which we are already grabbing, and also the navigate will be now equals to the use navigate right here, and execute that. Now I'm gonna also write one for the payment, but I'm gonna just write a use effect rather. So I'm gonna write payment. For the payment we are going to be using the use effect, and here we just have to specify if, what do we have? If we have the shipping address dot address, so what do you want to do? We just want to navigate through the shipping screen right here. And also for the dependency array we just have to specify the navigate and also the shipping address. There we go. Okay, so that's there. Now let me just save that, and now let's get into all of that JS6 right here. So for this JS6 I'm going to provide first of all container, and also for the max, I'm like not max but margin for the x-axis will be set to auto, and margin for the top will be set to 10. And now inside there we are going to be using something called progress progress steps, and it will take like step 1 and also step 2 right here. Okay, so we are going to be creating this component in a few seconds, but you just gotta wait for me. I'm gonna also provide div with a class of margin for the top, and margin top will be an arbitrary value like 10 rem, and for that we are going to be using the flex. Justify will be set to around, and items will be set to center, and flex will be set to wrap. Okay, and now inside there what do you want to do? We just want to write a form, and we are going to be attaching the on submit handler, but in a few seconds, not right now. And now let me just write a class name of width of 40 rem. Okay, and now inside this form what do you want to do? First of all we just want to write h1 of first of all let's just write text 2xl, and also the font of semi bold, and the margin for the bottom will be set to 4, and it will be shipping. Save our file, and we are getting amazing error, shipping address before initialization. Where are we when initializing that? Oh, there we go, we are getting that from the card. Let me just grab both of these stuff from here and put it right here at the top. So now let me just save that, and here you can see we are getting this shipping right here. That's looking amazing. Underneath this h1 what do you want to do? We just want to create a div with a class of margin for the bottom of 4, and I'm going to provide a label of what do we call it? Blog. I kind of forgot what I was about to say, and the text will be totally white. Margin for the bottom will be set to 2. For the HTML4 not gonna type anything. And now let's get into the label. So address, save this file, and we are now getting the label right here. Now let me just provide the input. It will take a text and also provide a class names of block, not block, but a width of totally full, and the padding all around will be set to 2. Provide a border and rounded. There we go. And I'm going to also provide a placeholder. So for placeholder we are going to be just writing like enter address or some, yeah, enter address would be fine. And for the value we are going to be just passing the address. Let me just close there, and it will be also required. And also for the on change, what do you want to do? We just want to provide our event object, and the set address will be now taking the e.target.value. There we go. So now let me just save that, and this is how currently things looks like. And here you can see we are already providing a USA. That's because I first of all typed this, so that's why I'm getting that USA. Now underneath this div, or let's just refresh that. We are also getting this USA right here for this Apple user. I logged in as an Apple user. If you want to register as an Apple user, feel free to do that. And now underneath this div, what do you want to do? I'm gonna just duplicate this div, this entire div right here. So let's just duplicate that, I don't know, a few times. One will be for the city, then for the postal code, then for the country, and yeah, I guess that would be it. So now let me just check. The first one we have an address, the second one we have is a city. So I'm gonna write a city, enter a city. In this case here we also have to specify the city and set the city, set city. There we go. So now let me just save that, and we are now getting the city. And for the city I also provide the USA right here. You can provide anything you want, but in my case I just provide USA. And let's just provide our postal code right here, and here let's just write enter postal code. There we go. And here for the address we are going to be also using postal code and set postal code right here. And now for the address for the final one, we are going to be just setting that to country set country. So now let me just save that, and we are now getting every single thing which we have right here. Okay, so that's amazing. The final thing which I want to do is that I want to also attach the payment method. I'm gonna have to duplicate that one more time, so let's just duplicate that for the payment method. So I'm gonna just change that to like select I don't know, select method or something like that. And you know what, I just did a mistake. I don't have to duplicate that. Let's just remove that from here. And now let me just write it manually. For the label we are going to be providing different kind of styling, like text will be totally gray of 400, and provide, let's just remove that from here, and just provide or select method right here. Underneath that we are going to be providing our div with a class of margin top of 2, and inside there we are going to be creating one more label. And for this label we are going to be providing the inline, flex, and also the items will be set to center. And for the HTML4 we're not going to be typing anything. And now let me just, inside this label we are going to be just writing an input. The type will be set to radio, and I'm going to also specify the class name, and the class name will be form radio, and text will be totally pink of 500. There we go. And now let me just also provide the name, payment method right here, and the value will be just set to pay all. And also what I want to do is that I'm going to also provide the on, or not on, but for the checked, what do you want to do? We just want to write like payment method is equal to PayPal, or it should be in uppercase P. We are already getting them, but why in the world we are not? PayPal method, payment method, not PayPal method. Payment method. Let's just copy, or not copy that, set payment method. There we go. PAYMENT. Did I use that somewhere else? I guess I didn't use the set country, and that's cool. So now we are now writing this payment method. I wrote that as a PayPal method. Now the final thing which I want to do is I'm going to also provide for the on change of set payment method, and now we got to use it right here for the e.target.value right here. And now underneath that, first of all let me just save that, and underneath that what do you want to do? We just want to create or spend, and margin for the left will be set to 2, PayPal or credit card. Let me just save that, and here you can see we are now getting only one right here. We cannot select both. We are now getting one. Okay, so PayPal or credit card right here. Underneath that, let's just create our button, but not, I'm gonna go ahead and go to the form, and underneath all of these divs I'm gonna create a button with the classes of background totally pink of 500, and also the text will be totally white, and the padding for the y-axis will be set to 2, and padding for the x-axis will be set to 4, totally rounded full, and text will be large, and the width will be totally full right here. For the label, what do you, or first of all, let's just also provide the type of submit to it, submit. And now inside that we're going to be just writing like continue and save them, and boom, here you can see we're now getting that continue, baby. So now let me just take care of that steps right here, which we are going to be seeing right here. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and create that. Let me just copy that right here. Then I'm gonna go ahead and go to the components and create that. We have progress steps.jsx right here. Let's just use RAFCE, and I'm gonna remove them. The first thing which I want to do is that I'm gonna just destructure the step 1, the step 2, and also the step 3 in this case, which we are specifying it right here. So for this one we are specifying step 1 and also step 2. Later for the order screen we are going to be also specifying the step 3 right here. Okay, so we are already destructuring that. Now for this JSX, what do you want to do? We just want to first of all provide the class name of flex. Justify will be set to center, and items will be also set to center. And for the space for the x-axis we are going to be just providing the 4. Now inside there we just have to use our div, and for the class name we are going to be using the, what do we call it, the step 1. If we have the step 1, so we just want to provide the text of totally green of 500 right here. If not, so what do you want to do? We just want to provide the text of totally gray, and 300 would be fine. Okay, so that's there. Now inside this div we just want to first of all create login right here. So I'm gonna write like a span margin for the left will be set to 2 and login. And now outside from there, or not outside but underneath there, we're going to be creating one more div for the margin top of 2, and text will be totally large, and text will be also set to center. Okay, so here we just have to specify the emoji like, I don't know, checked. Let me just write a check and put it right here, save our file. And if you're wondering like, HuXn, how the hell you get this emoji? So I just hold the Windows button and then hit dot right here. And so that's why I'm getting this emoji picker. Now underneath there, what do you want to do? Let's just check for the step. So if we have the step 2 and render this content right here, come on, and render this content right here, which will be first of all provide our fragments. Inside these fragments, first of all we have to check if we have a step 1, and then render this content. Let's just provide a layer bit of class names to it. So this is going to be for our line, so I'm going to just write like height will be set to 0.5 and the width will be set to 10 and rem, and I'm going to also specify the background of totally green of 500, and that's it. So now I'm going to just save this file, and come on, I shouldn't have saved this file. Let's just go back like so, and now underneath this one we are going to be just writing a div one more time, and for the class name we are going to be rendering if the step 1. So what do you want to do? We just want to provide a text of totally green of 500, and if that's not the case, so we are going to be using text of gray of 300 one more time. And inside there we are going to be creating a span of shipping, and also we are going to be just writing the same line. So I'm going to copy that and put it right here. Let's just save that, and we are not getting anything because we are not even calling that. So let's just auto grab that, save our file, and here you can see we are now getting like login because we already log in, and we are also getting the shipping because we are inside this shipping page right here. Okay, and then the next one which we are going to be specifying will be for the order, not order but for the summary. Okay, so that's that. Now underneath all of that, what do you want to do? We just want to create one for, let me just write a fragment one more time, and here we are going to be checking if the step 1 and step 2 and if you are in the step 3. So what do you want to do? We just want to render this content right here, which will be this same one which we have that line. I'm gonna just copy that, not this entire line but just this one, this specific div. I'm gonna copy that and place it right here. And if that's not the case, so what do you want to do? We just want to write nothing right here in this case. And now let me just save that, and now underneath that we're going to be creating one more div. So I'm going to just create a div with a class of this. Let's just provide our backtext right here with the class of, let's just check what step 3. So if we have step 3, so we are going to be using like text of totally green of 500. If we don't have step 3, so we are going to be just using like text of gray of 300 right here. Okay, so I guess that would be fine. So now inside there we just have to render our label. So I'm going to write like span. For the span we are going to be just checking. Let's just provide our If not, step 3, come on, not 13 but step 3. So what do you want to do? We just want to provide margin for the left of 10 rems right here. But if that's not the case, we just have to specify empty string right here. There we go. And here we just have to write summary. Underneath that, we're going to be just checking for the step 1 and step 2 and step 3. So if that's the case, we just want to provide order div. Let me just copy that and put it right here. And if that's not the case, so we just want to write nothing, just an empty string, like so. So now let me just save that. And what the hell am I doing? Let's just save that, I guess. No, we shouldn't be doing that. Nope, nope, nope. We don't want to do that. Oh, I forgot to include this question mark right here. So now it should work. So now let me just save that. And here you can see we are not getting any line and we are not getting this summary right here. But if I click on the continue, it should bring us to that other page. Oh, it should not do anything because we didn't even attach that handler to it, this button right here. So now let's just do that very quickly. Okay, so this is for the progress step, and now let me just take care of this form right here. So for the on submit, what do you want to do? We just want to write the submit. Let's just copy that and create that on submit right here at the top of this use effect. So we are not going to be doing anything crazy, but the first thing which you want to do is that we want to prevent the default behavior. So prevent default, and underneath that we are going to be first of all dispatching or save shipping address. Come on, save shipping address. For this save shipping address, we have to specify the address, the city, and the postal code. And also for the country, we are going to be specifying the country as well. Underneath that, we are going to be also dispatching the save payment method. And for the payment method, we are going to be also specifying our own payment method. And also let's just navigate through the place order right here, place order page, which we didn't create, not right now. So now let me just save that. So it will just take all of that data. So we just provide the USA for the address, for the city, and also for the postcode we just write like 124, and for the country we just write that. So now I'm gonna just click on this continue button, and it will now brings us to this placeholder right here, and that's looking amazing. So next we are going to be taking care of the place order. All right, so what I want to do is that I'm gonna go ahead and create my order or place order right here. So I'm gonna just write place order.jsx right here. Let's just write our RAFCE, save that, go ahead and go to the main and register that right here. So place order, and here let's just write our place order right here. Let me just save this file and go ahead and check it out. So here you can see we have our place order right here. That's looking amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in a bit first of all, and now let me just grab a few things like import the use effect, and also import the link, and also the use navigate. Okay, now my editor is giving me a bit of hand. So now let me just use the toast right here, toast from the React Toastify, and I'm gonna also use the use dispatch. And yeah, that's cool, baby. Use selector, so it is giving me auto complete right here. And I'm gonna also get my message and my progress. Come on, progress steps, there we go. And also my loader, and I'm gonna also get a use create order mutation, and I'm gonna also get my clear. Come on, I guess it will not help me in this one. So clear clear cart items. It is now helping me a lot. That's amazing. I really love VS Code. Love you, VS Code. Now let me just go ahead and create my navigate. So I'm going to use my navigate, and it will be now equals to the use navigate. And the next thing which you want to do is that we want to grab our cart right here. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the use selector, provide a state right here, and just get our cart from our store. And I'm going to also get my create order, not root, but create order from where we are going to be getting that from the use create order mutation right here. We're not going to be specifying anything to it, and we are going to be also getting the is loading and also the error too. Now let me just create my use effect right here. So I'm going to write like a use effect, and here we just have to specify. First of all, we have to check if we have a cart that shipping. Come on, shipping. If it can gives us a help. If cart, if not cart dot shipping, and double DRESS, and we have address. So what do you want to do in that case? So we just want to navigate to for the shipping screen one more time, and I'm going to also provide the dependency array of like cart.payment method, and also the cart.shipping address, and then specifically the address as well, and then for the navigate to. Let me also get my dispatch here, so I'm going to use dispatch, and it will be now equals to the use dispatch, and close that. And now let me just write a lot of JSX right here. Okay, so let's just remove both of them and make it as React fragment. And I'm going to first of all provide my progress steps. So I'm going to provide the step 1, the step 2, not going to type like that, step 3, and here let's just remove that and close it. If I save this file right now, so here you can see we are now getting this login, shipping, and summary right here. Amazing. Now the next thing which you want to do is that we also the next thing which you want to do is that we want to get a container and also provide a margin for the x-axis will be set to auto, and margin for the top will be just set to 8. Inside there we are going to be also providing the cart and cart items, and we want to just get the length of that. So length, if the length is 0, so what do you want to do? We just want to provide this message right here, message, which we already created for the variant, or we're not going to be providing any variant to that, so we are going to be just writing like your cart is empty. And if that's not the case, so we just want to provide our JSX right here. So first of all, let's just provide the overflow for the x-axis will be set to auto, and also we have to create our table. So for the table we are going to be creating the width of full, and also provide a border of collapse like so. And now inside there we are going to be creating the t head, and inside this t head we are going to be creating a tr, and inside this tr we are going to be creating our td. Provide a padding for the x-axis will be set to 1, padding for the y-axis will be set to 2, and text will be now set to left, and also align will be set to top. Okay, so for this one I'm going to just write image, save our file, and we are getting the length right here. Cannot read the property of length. Cart dot clear not a clear item, but cart items. Now let me just save that, and here you can see we are now getting the image right here. Amazing. The next thing which we want to do is that I want to duplicate that a few times, like for the product, quantity, price, and total. Let's just remove this top one right here, align top, and change this one to the product, and also change this one to the quantity, and change this one to price, and for the final one we are going to be just writing the total. Save that, and we are now getting the image image, product, quantity, price, and total. Underneath this t head we have to just write our t body. So t body for the table body, and we just have to write like cart, and also the cart items. And now let's just iterate over through all of this. We are going to be specifying the item and the index right here as well. And inside there, inside there, what do you want to do? We just want to create our tr right here. If I can create it now and I'm going to also provide the key of index in this case. And now let's just define our td inside there. So td, for the td we are going to be just providing the padding of 2 all around, and we are going to be also rendering the image. So for the image oh my goodness, for the image what we are going to be doing is that we are going to be just writing item.image, and also for the alternative text we are going to be just writing like item.name, and let's just provide a class name of width will be 16, and also the height will be 16 once again, and the object will be set to cover, cover. There we go. So now let me just save that, and we should get that image right here. Amazing. The next thing which you want to do is that we also wanted to get the specific product name, and we want to make it so that we can go ahead and visit that. So I'm going to just write a td, and padding all around will be set to 2, and now inside there we are going to be just creating our link, and it will go to that specific product right here. So now to make that we are going to be first of all providing the product, and then we have to render our item and then the product right here. Come on, product. Now here we just have to write our item.name right here. So now let me just save that, and here you can see we are getting this item right here, and that's looking amazing. The next thing which you want to do is that underneath this td we are going to be creating one more td, and padding will be all around set to 2, and text will be set to center. Let's just provide our item.quantity, and I'm gonna have to duplicate that a few times, so let's just duplicate that, and price, and let's just write to fixed, of 2. Let me also duplicate that one more time and change this one to the right and this one to the right too. So for this one, we are only interested in, let's just remove that. First of all, I'm going to provide my dollar sign because that's some money. So here we have to just write like item.quantity times item.price. Come on, item.price. Okay, and also let's just use our to fix on that and provide 2 to it. So now let me just save that. And here you can see we are getting the total price and also this one as well, but why it's looking so freaking weird? I don't know. I'm gonna just remove this one maybe, and also these one. Now they're looking better. Okay, let's just remove this empty space also, and they're looking better. So currently we just have only one item, so that's why we are now only seeing this single item right here. Underneath that, we are going to be creating one more for the margin bottom, like margin top of add, and also let's just provide h2 of text to Excel. Font will be semi bold. For the margin bottom we are going to be using 5, and order summary. Okay, so let's just save that and see how that's gonna look like, and this is how it looks like right here. Underneath this h2, okay, we just messed it up right here. Let's just remove that and provide div and provide div to this one as well. And now let's provide the margin for the top will be set to 8 and save that, and this is how it looks like right here. The next thing which we want to do is that we want to create a flex. Justify will be set to between and flex will be set to wrap. Padding will be all around set to 8, and for the background color we are going to be providing the arbitrary value, and I'm going to provide 1 add 3 times. And now inside there we are going to be creating our ul. First of all, let's just write our ul text of totally large. And now inside there we are going to be creating one li, and span will be set to font semi bold. Margin bottom will be set to 4, and it will be items. Okay, and let's just provide our separator right here. Let's just provide our dollar sign, and here we just have to write our card dot items price right here. So now let me just save that, and here you can see we are now getting items price, the entire items price right here. Okay, let me just duplicate this li a few times. So this one will be for the first one, this one will be for the shipping price, the tax price, and the total price. Okay, so what I want to do is that I'm gonna just change that to shipping price. Come on, shipping price right here, and also change the label to the shipping right here. This one will be for the tax, and also change this one to the tax price, and also change this one to the total. Okay, and this one will be the total price. I'm gonna save them. And we are now getting the item price, the shipping price, the tax, and the total. That's looking amazing. Underneath this ul, we are going to be rendering, or we are going to be taking care of the error right here if you have the error. So what do you want to do? We just want to write our message component which we are already creating, and for the variant varient always danger. And here we just have to write error.data message right here. And now underneath there we are going to be creating a div, and for this div we are going to be just writing h2 text of to Excel. Font will be semi bold, and margin for the bottom will be set to 4. It will just say like shipping. Save file, and this is how it looks like right now. Underneath that we are going to be also creating one paragraph, and now inside this paragraph, first of all, we are going to be creating a strong of address, and also let's just render all of that stuff like card.shipping address, and here we have to specify the comma card.shipping address.city, and here we have to just specify this empty space right here, and then we have to write a card.shipping address.postal code. Let me provide one more empty space right here, and also one for the card.shipping shipping address, and then country. So now let me just save them, and here you can see we are now getting there. So I guess I'm gonna also have to specify this empty space right here, and that's looking amazing. And I just realized that we are writing all of that stuff right here inside this card items map. Order summary, I'm gonna have to just remove that from here. Let's just remove all of that order summary from there. Come on, where in the world is that? So let's just cut that from here, and now let me just put it right here and save that. So this one was for the shipping. Now let me just take care of the payment method. Okay, so underneath this div, not this one, but underneath this div, I'm going to create one more div for h2, and I'm going to just provide a class name of text of 2xl. Font will be semi bold, and margin for the bottom will be set to 4, and payment method. So let's just save them and see what's going to happen. That's looking amazing. I'm going to write a strong and method, and here we just have to write our card.payment. Yep, payment method. So let's just save them, and here you can see it will now give us this PayPal. Provide our empty string space, so save that, and now we are getting this space right here. That's also looking amazing. But finally, let's just render our button. So I'm gonna go ahead and underneath this div, I'm gonna write my button. So I'm gonna just write button with the type, come on, button with the type, not submit but button. And I'm gonna also provide a classes of background totally pink of 500, and also the text will be totally white, and padding for the y-axis will be set to 2, padding for the x-axis will be set to 4, totally rounded full, and text will be totally large, and width will be totally full, margin for the top will be set to 4. Okay, and it will be disabled. When it will be disabled? When the card, not catch, but the card dot card items dot, card items is equal to 0, so then it will be disabled. Okay, and on click handler we are going to be writing the place order handler right here. Okay, and for the label, let's just write our place order right here, save our file, and now underneath there we're going to be also taking care of the is loading. So if that's loading, so we just want to provide our loader right here, loader, save our file, and we are getting an error. That's because of this method which we didn't create right here. So now let me just create that right here. So I'm going to create it, but first of all it should be an asynchronous function, and inside there we're going to be using our try and catch block. For the catch block we are going to be using toast.error, and let's just specify our error which we are getting right here. And for the try block we are going to be getting the response, await and create the order, and inside there we are going to be first of all providing the order item items. For the order items we are going to be using card.card items, and also for the shipping address we are going to be specifying the card and the card, not card but the shipping address right here. For the payment method we are going to be also specifying the card.payment method, and also for the items price we are going to be just writing like card.items price. And also for the shipping price we are going to be writing card.shipping price, not address, shipping price, this one right here. And I'm going to also provide for the tax price, card.tax price right here, and one will be for the total price as well. So for the total price we are going to be using card.total price right here. Amazing. The final thing which you have to do is that we have to unwrap that, and let's just dispatch DISPRT oh my god, DISPRTCH, there we go. And we have to just clear the card items right here. And now let's just navigate through the order screen. So let's just go ahead and navigate to the order and the specific order. So we have a response and we want to go into a specific order. So now let me just save that, and there we go. Now if I just refresh that, so here you can see we have this information like the order summary, we have the items, we have the shipping, we have the tax price, we have the total price right here, and we also have this shipping address, and also the method, like which kind of method are we using. So finally now let me just click on this place order. What's up? Let's just refresh that. Did I do something wrong? Let me just click on this placeholder one more time, and we are getting there. I'm gonna right click on that and inspect, and the server responded with the status of 4.1. Which kind of status is that? Let me just go ahead and go to the network panel, click on that, and oh my god, where in the world is this product coming from? We are not working with the product, are we? Yep, we are. So while I was happy that VS Code is helping me, but it was not. Let's just grab, what do we call it, the use create, come on, the use create order mutation right here, mutation from I'm gonna go to the order API slice right here, and now I'm gonna just copy that, place it right here. I'm gonna save my file, and that should do it. Let's just refresh every single thing right here. And now finally, let me just click on this place order, and here you can see we have our order right here, and here you can see everything is totally successfully working, and we are now here inside a specific order page right here. That's looking amazing. So now finally, now let me just take care of this order, this specific order right here. But before I take care of that, first of all, I want to go into the main. Yeah, I want to go into the main right here, and here I want to wrap my entire application with the PayPal what do we call it, PayPal script. Let me just write that right here, PayPal script provider. Come on, there, like so. I'm gonna hit enter right here, and now let me just put that right here, save my file, but now we have to grab them manually. Okay, so hit enter, so it's not grabbing it for me. I'm gonna have to grab that manually. So now I'm gonna go here and grab that by using and import that right here. So I'm gonna just use import PayPal script provider right here. From where? From our PayPal, which we've already installed. PayPal React PayPal JS right here. So I'm gonna just save this file, and here it's not gonna show us anything, but yeah, this is going to be the step which we need to take right here. Anyway, so that's looking amazing too. So now I'm gonna go ahead and create a specific order right here. Okay, inside this orders, I'm gonna create a file, give a name of like order, or yeah, order will be fine. So I'm gonna just make it JSX RAFCE and save my file and refresh that. And we have to register there. Anyway, so let's just go ahead and register that right here. Underneath this placeholder, I'm gonna duplicate that and change that to order and a specific order ID right here. Okay, so let's just provide our order right here, save my file, and we also even have to grab that, save my file, and here you can see we are now getting this black screen right here, which means like everything is successfully connected. So what I want to do is that first of all I wanted to grab a lot of things. So like first of all the use effect, and also the link and the use params from the React router DOM. And underneath that we're going to be also getting the PayPal button. Okay, so let's just grab that PayPal button, and also the use PayPal script reducer. From where? From the PayPal React PayPal JS. I'm gonna save them, and I want to make sure that yeah, we already select every single thing. Use PayPal, not hosted, but PayPal script reducer right here, and PayPal button. The next thing which you have to do is that we also want to get the use selector, but it's not gonna allow me, so we have to do them manually from the React Redux side. And I'm gonna also get my toast, so let's just write toast from the React Toastify, and I'm gonna also get the message MESSAGE from where? From the components. So let's just go ahead and go to the components first of all, components, and then I'm gonna go into the message component, and I'm gonna also duplicate that and change that to loader, and change this one to loader as well. Okay, and I'm gonna get a few things from my what do we call it, let's just go ahead and go to the Redux file folder, and then go to the API, and then the order API slice right here, and we are going to be getting first of all the use deliver order mutation, then the use get order details query, and also the use get PayPal client ID query, and also the use pay order mutation right here. So now I'm going to just save that, and I guess that would be it. So these are all the things which we need for this specific page, and now let's just use each one of them. So the first thing which I want to do is that I wanted to get a specific ID. Let's just remove that. What the hell did I just type? ID, so order ID. So it will be coming from the use param, and we are just destructuring them. And the next thing which we want to do is that we want to get a few things from where? From the use get order details. So what do you want to get from the use get order detail? First of all, let's just provide our order ID which we are getting, and here we have to specify the data. We are going to be just getting the data, and we are going to be renaming that to order, and refetch is loading, and also the error as well. So now let me just go back, and now underneath that we are going to be also getting the pay order right here, and we are going to be also getting the is loading, and let's just change that to loading deliver, and it will be now equals to the use deliver order mutation. Now let me just also get the user information as well. So I'm going to use the user info, and it will be now coming from the use selector, and we are going to be going into our store and just grabbing the user information. So I'm going to write like stat.auth, and there we go. The next thing which you have to do is that we have to get the is pending, and I'm going to provide a comma here. The PayPal dispatch DSP@TCH will be coming from this use PayPal script reducer right here. Okay, so I'm going to just execute that. Let me also get some sort of a data from the use get PayPal client query, ID query to be precise, and we are going to be getting the data. Let's just change that to PayPal, and also I'm going to get the is loading and change that to error, or not error but loading. PayPal will be fine, and let's also get our error, so let's just change that to error PayPal, like so, and I guess that would do it. I'm gonna just save this file. The next thing which you want to do is that you want to use the use effect, so I'm going to use the use effect, and inside this use effect, what do you want to do? We just want to first of all check if not error PayPal, come on, error PayPal, and not the loading PayPal manually. What do you want to do? And also check for the PayPal and then the client ID right here inside this PayPal. So if that's not the case, so what do you want to do? We just want to write loading PayPal script, and it will be now equals to the async method, or async function to be precise, and inside there we are going to be using our PayPal dispatch. And what are we dispatching? First of all, we are going to be providing the type, and the type will be reset options, and I'm going to also specify the value, and the value will be the client ID, and the client ID will be set to the PayPal, come on, the PayPal, and then the client ID right here. I'm going to also provide the currency, and the currency it will take what do we call it, the US dollar. If you want to provide your own currency, so feel free to do that, but in my case I'm going to just specify the US dollar. Underneath that we are going to be also checking or dispatching PayPal dispatch, the type one more time, and set loading status right here. As I told you, like these stuff will be coming from the PayPal, so now I am writing it, so it will be now set to pending by default. And now underneath that we have to also check if we have the order. So if you have the order and not the order is paid, so what do you want to do in that case? We just want to check is like if not window dot PayPal, then we have to just write like load PayPal script right here and execute that. For the dependency array, we are going to be specifying a few things, like first of all the error PayPal, and also the loading loading PayPal, and also for the order, and for the PayPal itself, and the PayPal dispatch. There we go. So yeah, that's that. Next we have to work on the JS6 right here. So I'm gonna just remove this order, and I'm gonna also remove every single thing right here. So I'm gonna just write is loading. If it's loading, so we just want to show our loader right here. Let's just execute them. Wrap that first of all. Let me just wrap that, and I'm gonna also check for the error if we have some sort of an error. So then we have to write this message and close that. For the variant, we are going to be just specifying the danger right here, and here we just have to specify the error.data.message. And if that's also not the case, so what do you want to do? We just want to write our div right here. Now let me just save that so that we can see everything a bit better. And for this div, we are going to be providing the class name of container flex, and flex will be set to column, and margin for the left will be set to 10 rems. And I'm going to also specify for the medium screen, it will be set to flex will be set to row. And now inside there we are going to be also taking care of the medium screen. So for the medium screen, it will take the arbitrary value of 2 and 3. Padding for the right will be set to 4. And now inside there we are going to be providing the border of gray 300, and I'm going to also specify the margin of top will be set to 5, padding for the bottom will be set to 4, and margin for the bottom will be also set to 5. Now let me just check if we have the order, and the order items dot length is equal to 0. So if that's the case, so what do you want to do? We just want to show this message right here. We would say like order is empty. And if that's not the case, so what do you want to do? We just want to write like, I don't know, h1 of hello or something like that. So now let me just save that. Right click on that and go to the inspect area. Let me just go ahead, and what did I do wrong? Okay, node modules, PayPal React.js. does not provide export of PayPal button right here. Okay, so I knew there would be some sort of error. So let me just write them manually. So pay all button, there we go. Buttons, I forgot just the S at the end. So now let me just save that and refresh. And here you can see we are getting this hello right here. Alright, that's looking amazing. So now let me just take care of the rest of them. So we are now getting the hello, which we supposed to get, by the way. And now let's just remove that and change that to or loan. For the x-axis will be set to auto. Let me provide my table and provide a class of with 80%. And inside this table we are going to be creating the t head, like the table head. I'm going to also provide a class name of border for the bottom of 2. Now inside this t head we have to create a few like a few th. I'm going to provide a padding of 2, and let's just, I don't know, I'm going to duplicate that a few times. So let's just provide the product itself, and also the quantity, and also the unit price and total. Okay, so I guess they would do it, but for the quantity we have to also specify the text of totally centered. So now let me just save that. And here you can see we are getting the image, product, quantity, price, and total right here. Amazing. Underneath this t head, what do you want to do? We just want to write our t body. So t body, and inside this t body we are going to be writing the order, if we have the order items. And now let's just iterate over through all of that items right here. So let's just provide the item and also the index as well. And now inside there, what do you want to do? We just want to write our tr like so, and I'm going to also specify the key. Okay, so for the key we are going to be specifying the index which we are getting from this iteration, and inside this tr we are going to be getting the td. And for this specific td we are going to be also providing the class name, padding of 2, and now inside this td we are going to be just getting first of all the image itself. So let's just write the image dot or not image dot but item dot image. And now for the alternative text we just have to write the item dot name right here. And for the classes we are going to be just writing the class name of width will be 16, the height will be also 16, and the object will be totally covered. So now let me just save them, and here you can see we are getting our image right here. Amazing. Now let me just take care of what do we call it, the td padding will be set to 2 all around. And now let me just create my link, and it will go to a specific link right here. So I'm going to just first of all I'm going to provide the product, and then I'm going to render my item dot product right here, a specific product. Now inside there, or inside this link to be precise, inside this link we are going to be just writing item dot name. Save that, and we are getting this item dot name. If something mess up, I'm going to take care of that a bit later, but not right now. I'm going to just render our content right here in this video. Okay, so underneath this td, let me just create a few more td. So let's just create td for the padding all around will be set to 2, and the text will be set to center. I'm going to write first of all the item dot quantity, and let's just duplicate that a few times. So this one will be for the price, and this one will be for, you know, this one is exactly the same like a previous one. So now let me just write like item dot quantity times item dot price right here, and here we just have to use the 2 fixed, and we have to specify 2. I'm going to save this file, and here you can see we are getting the quantity, the price, and the unit price as well, and the total price too. Underneath all of these divs, also this div, but not underneath the last div, what do you want to do? We just want to create first of all div, and this div will have the class name of md, width will be 1 or 3. And now inside this div we are going to be creating margin for a top of 5, and border will be gray of 300, and also the padding for the bottom will be set to 4, and padding for the margin for the bottom will be also set to 2. And here I just have to specify that h2 of text extra large, and also for the font we are going to be using bold. For the margin bottom we are going to be using 2. It will say shipping. Save our file, and here you can see we are now getting this shipping right here. Amazing. Underneath them we are going to be also rendering our paragraph. Margin bottom will be set to 4, and margin for the top will be set to 4 as well. Inside there we are going to be using strong with the text of text totally pink 500, and it will just say like order, and here we have to just specify that order dot specific id. Now let me just save that, and we are now getting the order. Underneath this paragraph we just also have to create one more for the margin bottom of 4. Let me just use this exact same strong method right here. I mean like strong element. I'm gonna just rename that to name, and it should get a specific name. So user.name. I'm gonna just save them, and we are now getting the name, but it is not showing the username. Order.user.username would be fine. Username. So now if you save them, it will now give us the apple right here. Underneath this paragraph, or you know what, I'm gonna duplicate that. Let's just duplicate this one right here, change that to email, and I'm gonna also change this one to the user email right here. Yeah, I'm gonna just save them. We are now getting the user email. Underneath this paragraph, I'm gonna just create one more paragraph for the margin bottom of 4, and now inside that we're going to be using the strong. It's exactly the same like this one, so I'm gonna have to copy that and place it right here. Instead of writing an email, we're gonna change that to address, but for this one we're not going to be using this one, so let's just remove them and provide first of all the order.shipping address. If you can get the shipping address and address, specific address from them. I'm gonna also get the order.shipping address one more time, and we want to get the city in this case. Let me provide an empty space, and now underneath that we are going to be also getting the order.shipping address. Come on, if I can just write shipping address and then the postal code, and then here we also have to provide a comma and provide an empty space, and here we just have to use our order.shipping address, and here we just have to provide our country. Okay, so let me just save them, and here you can see we are now getting USA, USA, USA all the time. Let me provide a little bit of spacing here, save our file, and that's looking amazing. Underneath this div we are going to be creating one more, or yeah, you know, I'm gonna just change that to paragraph rather. So let's just change that to paragraph, save our file. It doesn't even matter, but I just want to make things neat. And now the next thing which I want to do is that I'm gonna just copy I'm gonna copy this one. Let me just place it right here, and let me just do a little bit of editing in that. So for the method, what do you want to do? We just want to get the method right here, so the payment method right here. So now let me just save that. We are now getting the payment method of PayPal, and also underneath this div we are going to be checking if the order dot is paid. So what do you want to do? We just want to show the message right here, and the message will take a variant of success in this case. Okay, and now let's just close that like so, and we're going to be also providing the class name of text will be set. Come on, the class names, text will be set to totally pink and 500 right here. For the text we are going to be just providing the order dot paid at, and here we just have to write paid on this date. So let's just save that. And what if that's not the case? So we just also have to take care of that as well. So let me just copy that, let me just place that right here, and the variant will be danger in this case, and I'm gonna just say like not paid. Just write a not paid, save our file, and here you can see not paid right here, and we don't have to specify these clauses to it. Let's just remove that, save my file, and that's it. Underneath this div we have to write our h2. Text will be extra large, and font will be totally bold. Margin will be bottom 2, margin for the top. We are going to be providing the arbitrary value of let me just provide the arbitrary value of 3 rems. It will be the order summary. Let's just save them, and here you can see we are now getting the order summary. And underneath that we are going to be first of all creating our div, the class of flex and justify between. Margin for the bottom will be set to 2, and inside there we are going to be just writing span of items and also span, and here we have to just write order.items price. Save our file, and here you can see we are now getting the items price right here, but I also have to provide this $sign right here. Let me just duplicate the like I don't know, for the shipping, for the tax, for the total price, and yeah, that would be it. So now let me just change that to shipping, and also change that to shipping price, SHIPPING price. And also let me just change this item, come on, change this items to tax and tax price. And for the total we are going to be just writing total, and here we just have to write the total price right here. So now let's just save them. So we are getting all of that items, shipping, tax, and total right here. That's looking cool. Now underneath this div, we want to check if not order dot is paid. So what do you want to do? We just want to show, if I can get the and button right here today. I'm gonna just write a div and close this div right here right away. Let me just check for the loading pay, and we just want to provide our loader right here and close that right away. The next thing which you have to do is that we have to loading pay is not defined or what. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the top loading pay. It should not be loading deliver, but it should be the loading pay. There we go. So now I'm gonna just copy them and go to the bottom, and that's it. And speaking of loading delivered, I just realized that this one will be, you know what, that was that was wrong. I'm gonna have to change this one to the deliver order right here. Okay, and use deliver order mutation. So that's fine. I'm gonna also create one for the specific order. So I'm gonna just write like pay order, and here we have to use the is loading and loading pay, and it will be now equals to the use pay order mutation right here. And now let's just execute them. We are going to be using this one, so I'm going to copy that and place it right here. We are already doing that. I'm going to go ahead and underneath, let's just provide our own spaces once again, and that's then. Now the next thing which you want to do is that we also want to check for the is pending. Okay, so if it's pending, so what do you want to do in that case? We just want to provide our loader once again and close that. And if that's not pending, so we just want to provide our actual content, so like div, and inside this div, let's just close that. What in the hell we are getting that added from? So oh, I forgot to provide a parenthesis right here, so let's just provide a parenthesis here. Yeah, I'm gonna provide my parenthesis here, and here I'm gonna also check for this is pending as well. Now let me just save them, but we will still get this error. I'm gonna close that right here. That's looking a bit fair. No, yeah, that's it. So the next thing which I want to do is that I want to go into this div, and I want to create yet another div. Okay, so let's just create one more div and close that right here. Let me just save that, and now inside this div, what do you want to do? We just want to render the PayPal button right here, and we want to just close that. So for this PayPal button, we are going to be first of all providing the create order, and here we just have to specify the create order right here, and also the on approve, which we are going to be creating in a few seconds. So on approve, here we have to specify that, and for the on error, we also have to specify the on error right here. Okay, and now let's just close our PayPal button, and that's that. So if you see, create order is not defined, so let's just make him define this create order and also this on approve and on error. Okay, so now let me just take care of that. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the top underneath this use effect right here. The first thing which I want to do is that I want to create an order. So what I want to do is that I'm going to just create a function with the name of create order, and it will just take the data and also the actions. It will return the actions and order. Okay, so then it will just use the create method. Inside there we are going to be providing the purchase unit, and this purchase unit will be set to this array and this object, and here we have to specify the amount. The amount will be the value, and the order, come on, the order dot total price right here. Okay, so we are doing that a bit weirdly. We have to wrap this one inside these quotes as well. And now here we just have to use the then method, and here we have to specify the order ID, and now inside there we are going to be just returning the order ID right here, just in uppercase. And now let me just save that. So this one will be for creating the order, and now let's just take care of the on approve. I'm gonna make that at the top of this creating, so I'm gonna just write a function on approve. It will be ROVE, and it will take the data and also the actions. Okay, so now inside there we are going to be just returning the actions, order, and capture method. We are going to be using that, and we are going to be using the then method on that. Here we have to specify the async function and provide our details right here. Inside there we are going to be also using the try and catch block. For the catch state, we are going to be using toast.error, and if we have some sort of error, so we just want to get that specific error data, and if we have that data, we also wanted to get the message of that data, and if we don't, so we just want to set that to error.message. There we go. So for the try block, we are going to be using the await and pay order, and here we just have to destructure or provide that order ID right here and details as well. And next we just have to refetch and execute that. And I'm going to also provide a toast of success, so it will say like order is paid. I'm going to just save this file. The next thing which you have to take care of is the on errors. Now let me just take care of that. Underneath this on create or create order, whatever you want to call that, so this one will be totally simple. So now let me just create like on error, and here we just have to specify the error right here, err, and let's just write a toast.error and error.message. That's it. Save our file. And finally, here you can see we have this PayPal buttons right here, so you can either pay with the credit card or the debit card or the PayPal later or pay later, or you can use the PayPal right here. If I click on that, it will give us this pop-up box. So now I'm here inside this developer.paypal.com, so I'm going to just copy that and put it right here. And the next thing which I want to do, I'm going to just click on the next, and here we have to specify the password right here. If you want to provide a real PayPal account, so you can provide that. I mean, like, it will be totally real. So if you are not using this fake PayPal account, so then you might be using the real one. So for me, I'm going to just use this fake one. So I'm going to copy the password, and now let me just place that right here and log in. Okay, so once I log in, here you can see we can either pay with PayPal balance, credit card, or Visa, or also the PayPal credit card as well. So we have different kind of ways right here. So what I want to do is that I'm going to just click on this complete purchase, and it will successfully complete my purchase. I'm going to also have to save that. Come on, I just missed that. Thanks for using PayPal and successfully deliver. Order is successfully paid. And here you can see we paid this order on this date right here. Everything is totally amazing. The next thing which you have to take care of is the admin deliver right here. So we are going to be taking care of that right here. So underneath this div, we just have to check for the loading deliver, and if that's the case, so we just have to use and then or loader and close that. And if that's not the case, so we just want to check for the user info if the user is admin. So what do you want to do? If I can get the end button today, the user info dot is admin. So what do you want to do? We just want to provide that button right here. So I'm going to just write like order is paid, and here we just have to use this div, and I'm going to just go ahead and provide my button right here. For the type, it will be set to the button right here, and I'm going to also provide a class name, and the class name will be background totally pink of 500, and the text will be totally white, and also the width will be full. Padding will be padding for the y-axis will be set to 2. And now I'm going to just write the on click handler right here, and here we just have to specify the deliver handler. Come on, deliver handler right here. So I'm going to just create that in a few seconds, but first of all let me just write like mark as delivered, delivered. Now let me just save them, and we are not going to see anything. But now let me just create this function right here. I'm going to go ahead and go to the top, and let's just create that right here. So this one will be totally simple. So I'm going to just use like deliver handler and provide my async handler right here, or async function to be precise. It will just say like await and deliver order, not handler, or come on, deliver and order, and here we have to just specify the order ID and then just refetch that and save it. Okay, so we are not going to see that not right now because we logged in as Apple, but we have to do a lot of things. We have to do a lot of things for this specific order. So I'm going to just copy that, and I'm going to just log in as HuXn because HuXn is an admin. So I'm going to just write HuXn123 and hit enter. So I logged in as HuXn, so I'm going to just place this link right here and hit enter. And here you can see we have this mark as delivered right here. Okay, so now I logged in as an admin, so that's why I'm getting this mark as delivered. So if I click on that, okay, it's not doing anything. Click on that. We are getting some sort of error, or what's up? Let's just go ahead and go to the network panel once again, and we should have messed up something. Delivered and refetch, it is totally okay, but what's wrong? Why are we getting this is delivered? The product is successfully delivered. Oh, I forgot to provide that stat. So for is paid, then we also have to write if not order, dot is delivered, delivered, then we have to use this JSX right here. So now let me just save that and refresh, and here you can see we already delivered that, so we are not getting that result right here. So I'm gonna just go ahead and log in as someone else. Like I'm gonna go ahead and log in this Apple. I don't know what was his password. I guess it was Apple 123 or something like that. Yeah, successfully logged in. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and make a huge order right here. Let's just buy a lot of things from our shop. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to the shop. So let me just do a lot of shopping. I really like these shoes, so I'm gonna just buy these shoes. I like this MacBook, so I'm gonna just buy him. And I really like this setup, like trust me, I love this setup. So I'm gonna just click on this one, and all of these items are now successfully added to our cart. I'm gonna go ahead and go to my cart right here. So this is the total price and these are the items. So I'm gonna just click on proceed to checkout, and here we have to specify the location. So I'm gonna just write, I don't know, maybe USA one more time, copy that, paste it, and I don't know, 1 to whatever. Okay, and let's just paste the country here, and we already selected the PayPal or credit card. Now let's just continue them. So here is our product summary, and that's looking better. I'm gonna just click on this place order right here, and our order is massive. I'm gonna click on this PayPal one more time, and it will give us hello John. Now let me just click on this complete purchase once again, and here you can see the product is successfully purchased, and we're not getting that mark as delivered. That's because we didn't sign in as an admin. So now let me just copy that, and I'm gonna just log out and log in as HuXn, and I'm gonna use HuXn 123, the admin password. Now let me just place my order and hit enter right here, and it should bring us to this order right here, and here you can see we have mark as delivered because we logged in as an admin. So now if I click on mark as delivered, and boom, here you can see that successfully gone. So this order is successfully delivered. Okay, so that was it about for delivering the order. So that was it about how to make order as delivered. Now the next thing which you want to do is that we want to take care of a specific user orders. So if I click on my orders, so here you can see we are not getting anything. So now let me just take care of that. So what I want to do is that I'm going to go ahead and go to this user right here, and I'm going to create one file, give a name of like user orders.jsx. Now let me just write RFC and save our file, go to the main and register that right here. I'm gonna just go ahead and duplicate this shop and change that to user orders or order. Yeah, orders, there we go. And I'm gonna also provide the user order right here. So it will just auto import it for me. So now let me just save that. And here you can see we are getting that right here, but we cannot see that. So now let me just take care of the user order. So the first thing which I want to do is that I'm going to get a few things. I'm going to just get first of all the message. We are going to be getting the message component, so we got to go to the component folder and then the message. Now let's just duplicate that and change that to loader, and this one will be also a loader too. Okay, and I'm going to also get the link, so I'm going to just write link from the React router DOM. Underneath there we are going to be also getting the use get my let me just let's just remove that and try it one more time. So we are going to be getting there from I'm going to go ahead and go to the Redux folder. Inside the Redux folder we want to go to the API, and then specifically from the order API slice we are going to be getting the use get my order query. And now let me just save that. Now let's just use that right here. So we are not going to be doing anything crazy, but we just want to get the data and we want to rename that as an order right, or orders. And we also wanted to get is loading and also the error itself. Okay, so we are going to be getting that from the use get my orders, and we are not going to be providing anything to it. So now for the JSX we are going to be providing a lot of JSX. So I'm going to first of all give a class name of container, and also for the margin x-axis we are going to be providing auto, and let me just provide h2 of text 2 extra large, and the font will be semi-bold. And also for the margin bottom we are going to be providing for my orders right here. Save our file, and here you can see we are getting my orders. Now let me just take care of the is loading. So if it is loading, so what do you want to do? We just want to provide our loader. If it's not loading but we are getting some sort of an error, so what do you want to do? We just want to provide our message component right here, message component, and the variant will be totally danger. And for the error we are going to be first of all providing, if we have some sort of error we want to get that data from that error, and inside the data we want to get a specific error. And if that's not the case, so we just want to render or error dot message right here, or not message but error. There we go. So now let me just save that, but now I'm gonna go ahead and go outside from that, and finally let's just provide our JSX right here. So first of all, I'm gonna provide a table. I'm gonna go back, and inside this table, what do you want to do? We just want to provide the t head, and inside this t head we want to provide a tr and then the td right here. And for this td we are going to be also providing the padding for the y-axis of 2, and it will first of all say like image image. There we go. I'm gonna duplicate that like a few times. So this one will be for the id, this one will be for the date, this one will be for the total, and also for the pad, and the final one will be for delivered. And let's just remove that and make it empty right here. Underneath this t head, what do you want to do? We just want to write our t body, and inside this t body we are going to be iterating over through all of the orders. And let's just provide a specific order right here. Come on, let me just close them and provide it right here, and I forgot to do that. And inside that we are going to be also just writing our tr. Let me just close them. I'm going to provide a key of order dot id right here, a specific id. And also let me just render the image first of all, and I'm going to just provide the image of order dot order items, and we are going to be just getting the first image. And let's just write our image right here. Let me also provide the order of user as alternative text, and I'm going to also give him a class name of something like I don't know, maybe the width will be 6 rem, and also the margin for the bottom we are going to be providing 5. Why in the world we are getting this error? Let me just cut that from here, and I want to make sure that everything is totally okay. You know what, let me just try that one more time. So I'm going to just write orders map, and here we just want to iterate over through all of the orders, and we want to provide a specific order. But here, oh my god, we forgot that parentheses at the end. So now let me just provide this JSX right here and save that. Why aren't we getting these images? What's up with that? Let's just take care of the other stuff. So I'm going to just provide a class name, and for the class name we are going to be providing the width of full, and here you can see that's looking cool. But why in the world we are getting these images? Like, we are not getting these images. Let's just log their data to the console, or not data but orders, and let's just see what's happening. Save my file, and let's just go ahead and go to the console. Inside these order items we have item 1, product 1, and we have image right here. Oh, product image URL. Oh, the come on, man. I'm gonna just log in as someone else, because this admin made a few orders which they don't have the images. So now let me just show you that. I'm gonna go ahead right here, and first of all I'm gonna go into the store, and then I'm gonna go to the orders, and then here this is the order 1. So this one have the image, this one also have the image, and here you can see this one does not have the image right here, and also this one doesn't have the image. So now let me just delete this one, say yes, and delete this one as well, say yes to this one. And who did this Apple Watch? You know what, this one also doesn't have the image. So now let me just delete this order too. This one have the image right here, but it will make you confused. So you know what, I'm gonna just do all of that stuff from scratch to show you every single thing. So now let me just remove them. I'm gonna go ahead and log out right here. I'm gonna just log out, and first of all I'm gonna create a new user. I'm gonna give a name of like I don't know, man, I don't even know what to give a name of. I don't know, man. Alex Merson would be fine, and Alex Merson at gmail.com, and here we just have to write Alex 123. Come on, let's just write Alex and 123 and Alex 123 and log in as that user right here. Okay, so what I want to do, I'm gonna make a few orders. So I'm gonna just go ahead and go to the shop. Let me buy this product, let me buy this camera, and also this sofa as well. So now let me just make one order. So I'm gonna just go ahead and go to the cart. Now let me just click on proceed to checkout, and here I'm gonna just provide, I don't know, India or something like that. Paste it right here. The postal code will be just some random postal code, and country will be also India. Let's just continue there. Here you can see we have our summary, and now let's just provide our PayPal account. I also provide my password, so now let me just click on login. I'm gonna just pay that as a PayPal balance and complete the purchase. So this was our first order right here. Now let me just go ahead and make a few other orders. So you know what, let me just click on my orders right here. So here you can see we are getting this image right here successfully. So now let me just go ahead and make one more order right here. This time I'm gonna buy a few electronics. So you know what, I'm gonna just buy this PC, buy that PC, and also buy this PC as well. Okay, so that's done. Now let me just go ahead and go to the cart, proceed to checkout, and India would be fine. And now let's just click on the continue. What's up? And place the order. And now let me just pay this order once again. I'm gonna just select the PayPal balance and click on this complete purchase. So it will just make another order for this specific user right here. Okay, so that's done too. And now let me just go to my profile and click on my orders right here. And here you can see we are getting these two images of our two orders right here. So that's done. Now let me just take care of the rest of these stuff right here. So underneath this image, what I want to do is that I'm gonna just write a TD, and it will also take the padding of for the y-axis of 2, and we are going to be just rendering like order and specific the order ID. So let's just save that. And here you can see we are getting the order ID right here. Now let me just duplicate that, and what I want to do is that I'm going to just write created add and then substring, write 0 and 10 right here. Okay, so let's just save this one and refresh, and it will give us the date when this was created. Now let me just duplicate them and change that to the total price. So total price right here, and save them. And here you can see it will give us that price, but I'm gonna have to provide this $sign, save them, and that's looking better. So the next thing which I want to do is that I'm gonna just write a TD, and I'm gonna also provide the padding all around, not all around, but padding for the y-axis will be set to 2. And inside there, what do you want to do? We just want to first of all provide the order is paid. If the order is paid, so what do you want to do? We just want to provide a paragraph, and this paragraph will have the padding all around will be set to 1. Text will be set to totally center, background will be set to totally green, and green of 400 to be precise. I'm going to also provide the arbitrary width right here, like 6 rem. So I'm going to just write 6 rem of width, and also totally rounded full. And inside this paragraph, we just want to write like completed, or you know what, completed like that. Save my file, or let's just take care of the else clause right here. So for the else clause, if that's not true, so what do you want to do? Let's just copy that and place that right here, and I'm gonna just change that instead of red, like instead of green, we are going to be changing that to red, and let's just change that to pending right here. So for now we are going to be just getting the pending. Let's just refresh that. Oh, completed right here. Why are we seeing this completed? Because we already purchased the item. So if we didn't purchase the item, so we are going to be just seeing this pending right here. So now let me just show you that real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the shop, and inside this shop I'm gonna just buy, like, I don't know, maybe this item would be fine. So let's just buy that. Let me just go to the cart and proceed to checkout. India would be fine, and place the order, but I did not pay it right here. Now let me just go ahead and go to my profile and go to my orders. So here you can see we are making the order, but our order is pending. Why is that? Because we did not pay it. Underneath this TD, what do you want to do? Let's just take care of the is delivered or not. Okay, so let's just write TD, and the class name, like padding for the x-axis will be set to 2, padding for the y-axis will be 2 as well. And let's just check order dot is delivered. If the order is, come on man, is delivered. If the order is delivered, so then just only show this result right here. So let's just copy that, and let me just place it right here. On the other hand, if the order is not delivered, so what do you want to do? We just want to copy that and make it pending right here. So now let me just save that and refresh, and now here you can see all of them are showing as pending. Why is that? Because the user paid, but the admin did not approve that or mark that as delivered. So if you log in as an admin or mark that as delivered, so it will just be green and it will say completed. So we're going to do that in a few seconds, but for now let me just take care of the view product. So let's just go ahead and do that. Underneath this TD, what do you want to do? We just want to write our TD one more time. Padding for the x-axis will be 2 and padding for the y-axis will be 2, and inside there we just want to go into a specific route right here. so that specific product to be precise, or why am I saying product, orders. So we just have to write order, and then we have to render that order and that specific order ID right here. Now I'm gonna go ahead inside there and provide a button, and this button will have a few classes like BG of pink 400, and also the text will be totally black, and I'm gonna also provide padding for the y-axis, padding for the x-axis will be set to 3, and also totally rounded. Okay, inside there we're going to be just writing like view details right here. So now let me just save that, and that's it for this specific user order. So if I click on just, I don't know, I want to view this order, so let me just click on that, and here you can see it will now give us that specific order which we made right here. So now let me just go back, or let's suppose if you want to view this product, so I'm going to just click on that, and here you can see it will now give us this specific product right here. So that's looking amazing. Okay, so I guess that was it about for this specific user order. So from now on, if the user log in and they made an order, so then they can come to their profile, they can update their profile, or they can also go to their specific order. So if they click on this my orders, they would see all of the orders and also their statuses as well, like if that's paid or not, and also delivered or not. Okay, so yeah, that was it about for my order or specific user order. So that's that. Now let me just log in as an admin and take care of all of the user orders right here. So I'm going to just log in as HuXn, and inside there I'm going to just provide a password of HuXn123. Now I'm going to just click on that and go ahead and go to this orders right here. So here you can see it is now giving us the order list right here. So now let me just take care of all of the user orders right here. Okay, so I'm going to just close this one and go to orders, not orders but admin, and here we just have to create one file given name of like order list.jsx right here. I'm gonna write my rafce and save my file, and let's just go ahead and go to the main and register that right here. So underneath this one I'm gonna just duplicate that and provide like order list, and also let's just grab our order list right here automatically. So now let me just save that, and here you can see that's gone. So now let me just take care of this order list right here. Come on. So the first thing which I would do is that I'm going to go ahead and go to this user and user order, go to the top, and I'm going to just grab almost everything. Okay, let me just copy that and paste it right here, and instead of getting the my order, come on, what the hell am I doing? I'm going to just get my use get order query right here, orders query to be precise, and I'm going to also get the admin menu. So let me just write import the admin menu, if you can get that. So let me just go ahead and go to that components. Was that in components? No, it was not in the components. So let's just go ahead and go back and admin menu. There we go. I'm gonna save this file, and now let me just take care of the order list. So what I want to do is that first of all I wanted to get the data, and I'm gonna just change that to orders, and also the is loading is loading, and also the error itself, and it will be coming from the use get order. Come on, use get order query. Okay, let me just go back, and you can log that out if you wanted to, but you already know what it will give us. So now let me just take care of the JSX right here. So I'm gonna just change that to first of all the React fragments, and now let me just take care of the is loading. If it is loading, so we just want to provide our loader, and if that's not loading and it is error, so what do you want to do? We just want to provide our message, and for the message variant we are going to be specifying the variant of totally danger, and we are going to be providing that same pattern like error data, and also come on the message from that error. And if that's not the case, we just want to get the error right here. So that's that. Now finally let's just go back and provide our actual UI. So I'm gonna write a table, and for this table let's just save that first of all. So for this table we are going to be providing the class names. Let me just provide a class name of with totally full, and provide a border right here. So I'm gonna also render my admin menu right here, and let's just close this server file, and here you can see we are getting this border and also this admin menu is right here. So that's that. Now underneath this admin menu we just want to take care of the T head, and let's just provide a width of totally full and border here as well. Or you know, we're going to be deleting this what do you call it, this border right here from here, and also this width of full. I'm going to just provide a container, and margin for the x-axis will be set to auto. So now let me just save that. We cannot see anything because we did not provide anything right here. let me just provide a tr, and for the tr we are going to be providing the margin for the bottom of 5 rem, and inside this tr we are going to be providing our th right here. Let's just provide a text of left, and padding for the left we are going to be providing 1, and it will just say like items. So now let me just duplicate that a few times, change that from items to id, and also to the user, and also to the data, and total, paid, and delivered, delivered. There we go. So now let's just save that. So here you can see we are getting the items id and all of that, and I'm gonna also provide one other th right here, but it will be totally empty. Now underneath this t head, what do you want to do? We just want to provide the t body right here, t body, and inside this t body we are going to be iterating over through all of the orders, and let's just provide our map method and order right here. And inside this iteration we are going to be just writing a tr, and close that. And for this tr we are going to be providing the specific order id right here, and inside this order we are going to be just writing the td, and inside this td we are going to be getting the image first of all, and for the image we are going to be just writing like I don't know, order items, and we want to get us the first image, so we are going to be just providing 0 and image right here. For the alternative text we are going to be just writing nothing. Let's just not write in nothing, okay? And I'm gonna also write the class name of what the width will be set to, and the padding for the top will be set to 4. So now let me just save that, and here you can see we are getting the first image of all of the orders right here. Okay, so that's that. So now underneath this one, what I want to do, or let me just also provide the id right here. So order dot specific id right here too, and now underneath this image we are going to be providing the td, and let's just render, come on, the td, oh my god, td, and inside this td we are going to be just writing the order and the specific order id. So now let me just write all of their JSX, and then you'll see what's the result. So I'm going to just write a td one more time, and order, and user if you have the user, and so then let's just check for the user and specific username right here. Otherwise, if that's not available, so we are going to be just writing na. Okay, so now let me just save that. Why are we getting this ugly UI right here? So we have id and we also have the username, but we're gonna have to wrap this image also in the td as well, I guess. Cut that from here and put it right here. Let me just save that, and that's still looking awful. I don't know why, but that's still looking awful. We gotta do something about that. Oh, we are writing yet another tr right here, so let's just close that tr from here and also from here as well. So now let me just save that, and that's looking amazing. So yeah, now let me just write all of their JSX right here, and then you'll see the results. So now let's just write all of their JSX right here. So I'm going to just write yet another td, and inside there we're going to be just using the order and created add if that's available. So we just want to write like order and created add, and we want to just substring that, provide 0 and 10 right here if that's not true. So we just want to provide not available, or na. Underneath this td we want to create yet another td for the total price. So we are going to be just writing first of all the $, and then the order total price right here. And now underneath this td we are going to be creating yet another, but I want to go ahead and go to their user order. User order would be fine, and let me just copy all of that right here. So let me just copy this td and also this td. So let's just copy that and place it right here, and let me just save that, and that's looking totally amazing. So finally let's just take care of their specific button right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that real quick. Let me just write a td. Inside there we're going to be just writing link. It will go to this specific route right here. So this specific route like order, and this specific order dot id. And now inside there we're going to be just creating a button, and it will just say like more, save our file, and this is how it looks like. So you can provide a little bit more styling to it, and in my case that'll be it. Okay, so yeah, here you can see we have the order image, we have the order id, we have the user who made this order, all of these users right here, then we have a date when this order was created, then we have the total of that order, and then here we have statuses. This order is not paired, so it is now pending, and it shouldn't be pending or not paired, you know what, it should be just pending. And then we have delivered, so these orders are not delivered, That's because first of all they did not paid, and second of all I did not mark them as delivered. So now here you can see these two are the orders which are already paid, but I did not mark them as delivered. So now I'm gonna go ahead and go to this specific order right here, and now I'm gonna just click on mark as delivered, and that's totally gone. And now let me just go back and refresh, and here you can see this is now completed because I marked it as delivered. Now let me just also deliver this product as well, or this order. I'm gonna go ahead and click on the more. I'm gonna click on this mark as delivered, go back, and here you can see this is also completed right here. Amazing. So that was it about for the specific user and also for all of the users right here. So we can go ahead and keep track of these orders, and I guess that's it. That's it for this entire project, but we just have to take care of that dashboard and that would be it. Okay, so now if you go ahead and go to the dashboard, so finally let's just take care of this dashboard and that would be it.